Metrix on the Mic, connecting the dots in life sciences.
Welcome to Metrix on the Mic, a podcast brought to you by Metrix, your partner in healthcare marketing and training solutions. On Metrix on the Mic, we'll be connecting the dots between scientific data, brand strategy, field execution, customer behavior, and patient outcomes.
We'll bring you insights from industry thought leaders, we'll share case studies of successful campaigns, and explore the latest trends in healthcare marketing and learning. So join us as we dive into the complex world of healthcare, pharma, and life sciences and help you deliver more with ease.
My name is Julia, and I'm a medical writer and learning solutions designer at Metrix. My role involves designing and developing targeted training and marketing solutions that drive meaningful change.
And my name is Natasha. I'm a senior manager of client experience at Metrix, and my role is to work with new and existing clients and connect them to solutions that address their challenges or their goals at work. Okay, so Julia, I'm going to paint a picture for you. I do a deep dive on my audience. I learn about who they are, what they care about, what they need. And then from there, I design a communication specifically for them to persuade and equip them to take some kind of action for the purpose of achieving a shared goal that I have with my stakeholders. What am I describing?
It feels like this is a trick question. It could be training, could be marketing, could go either way.
That's exactly it. So when you boil it down, training and marketing are both all about gaining your audience's buy-in and inspiring action. Obviously, that's not the only way they're connected. So today we'll be discussing a little bit more about how the overlap between training and marketing should not be overlooked and how both functions could offer key considerations in how we approach both areas. And the reason I want to talk about this today is because we see it all the time, especially in pharma, that many teams treat these two as totally independent functions. They operate in silos a lot of the time. There's not so much strategic collaboration back and forth. But what happens when we connect the dots between them?
What's that saying? The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It means that when individual components are combined synergistically, they create a result that exceeds the simple addition of their separate contributions. That's how I look at the commercial team. Fostering ongoing collaboration between functions helps to achieve their goals more effectively than working separately. The key lies in aligning our goals and working cohesively towards a shared vision. I'd even argue that ignoring that connection is detrimental, causing misalignment and inefficiency. Have you seen this in practice?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we tend to see this pretty standard series of events. You get pharma company X, they get product approval, and the brand strategy is created, and then the field team executes on that strategy with, the intent of influencing customer behavior, strengthening patient outcomes. Obviously, that's an oversimplification of the process, but what we tend to see is that L&D teams aren't really present in those early strategic discussions. And I find keeping that rigid, stepwise view can cause companies to miss out on really interesting collaboration opportunities. So, for example, we can definitely create training around an already established marketing tactic. It's what we tend to do in training. But when we take a step back during tactic development and connect with the training team first, we can often get these really interesting insights about how these tactics might actually be used or might actually perform in the field. And without that input, marketing might end up investing in tactics that won't fit the customer or the field reality all too well. So for example, they might develop materials that are just too long for brief HCP interactions or develop these key messages that don't really stick well with the sales team or, their frameworks or ways of working. And then they won't really know that until they start executing and looking at the data.
So insights from the brand team need to be considered, and vice versa. Marketing provides critical market research and brand information, while training brings insights from field force performance and healthcare professionals' feedback. Combining these perspectives allows organizations to create a more well-rounded strategy. Knowing this, how can we get ahead and ensure that these two teams work together effectively?
Yeah, I would say it's not just about working side by side, but hand in hand. So first of all, make sure L&D has a voice in your brand team. And then from there, set up those continuous touch points with the L&D team. Having these check-ins is so crucial, and it should start really from that strategic brand planning stage before tactics are even set. and then continue that cross-functional collaboration during, objective setting, planning, customer segmentation work, and so on.
I agree. Ideally, this would involve internal teams as well as the respective agencies to ensure that everyone is on the same page and various expertise is considered across all applicable areas. To sum up this conversation into some more actionable takeaways, I'd say that effective collaboration between training and marketing teams involves continuous touch points to bridge silos and crafting messaging around insights from both market, research, and field experience. By integrating these elements, life science companies can more efficiently develop comprehensive and impactful strategies.
Exactly. Thanks so much for the discussion, Julia. I hope our listeners also find it useful.
Thank you, Natasha, and thanks to our listeners for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below to let us know what you'd like to hear about next. We'll see you next time on Metrix on the Mic.